All righty, well, we'll go ahead and get started. If you haven't yet already, if you could please mute until we get for the Q&A, I'd appreciate that. I just want to say welcome to everybody. My name is John Brenneman. I am the president here at MOAA Vacations, and I wanted to thank everybody for joining us today. I'd also like to introduce my co-host, Jim Edwards with Collette Vacations. I will be turning it over to Jim in just a second, but before we get started, I just wanted to remind everybody that after the webinar is over, we will actually email everyone a copy of the webinar. So if anything happens during the course of the webinar that you like, we started right at 2, so you can just mark down the time that it is, and 2, I'm sorry, 3 Eastern. But anyway, you can mark down the time, it'd be easier to find. We do offer all of the savings and amenities that we offer to any guests, friends, or family that are traveling with them. So we invite you to share this with anyone you'd like to, whether you're going with one of the MOAA groups we're going to talk about today or just on a different itinerary or a different date. It's always a lot more fun to have friends and family along, so feel free to invite them. And as I said, they'll get the same great service, the same savings, and the same amenities that MOAA members do as well. A couple of quick notes a quick note to keep in mind as you enjoy the webinar, and I just alluded to this, and that's the fact that Jim's going to go through and he's going to talk about Collette Vacation and what makes them unique and why, as MOAA Vacations and MOAA members, we actually partner with them because they just have an outstanding product that I'm sure all of you are going to enjoy. Keep in mind that as we go through, if you see the Greek tour or the Costa Rica tour, and you really like the tour, but the date that our group departure is going doesn't work for you, here at MOAA Vacations, we can help you go on either one of those tours on any date that works best for you. We're highlighting the MOAA group departures because we know a lot of MOAA members like to travel with their fellow members. But that doesn't always work out. And the other thing is, and I know Jim's going to talk about this real quick as well, Collette has a whole range of tours that are available, and we're here to help you on any Collette tour or any tour that you want to go on. So keep that in mind as you're going through this. You'll learn a lot about Collette. So maybe during the course of this presentation, you'll see something that you would like a little bit more. And as I've said before, but I always think it's worth repeating, you will receive a discount on every Collette tour that is available in this year, 2022, 2023. And all your friends and family will receive a discount on all those Collette tours as well. We do have over 14 different group departures set up with Collette. We're highlighting 2 of them today. Hopefully you all saw an invitation. Jim and I are actually doing another webinar on Thursday. We hope you'll join us for that one as well. On that one, we're going to be talking about the Canadian Rockies and the islands of New England. So we have a couple of group departures that we're going to talk about then. There's just not time to talk about all 14 of them. So without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Jim. We are going to do a Q&A after Jim gets done with his presentation, and then I'll hop back and I have a few comments after he gets done presenting. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them now in the chat. And I will try to answer some of those during the presentation if I can. If not, we'll be here to answer all of your questions as soon as Jim gets done. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Jim Edwards with Collette Vacation, who's going to talk to us about Collette and everything they offer. So Jim?
Thank you so much, John. Thank you very much. It's great of you to invite me to be on the webinar today. We really appreciate that. And John and I have known each other, I think, for 2 decades. We've been working together. So I really want to thank you for your support as well. And thank you for all the MOAA members for joining us today. We appreciate your time and attention. And again, as John mentioned, my name is Jim Edwards. I've been proudly serving Collette for 25 years. And I love that quote there. We travel not to escape life, but so life doesn't escape us. And unfortunately, over the last 18 months, I feel like some of life has escaped me because we haven't been able to travel. And travel is the great educator. We travel for wellness and exploration, experience. So many of us missed that opportunity in 2020 and some even into 2021. But what I'd like to do today is, as John mentioned, is talk a little bit about what we do, the 2 unique itineraries that we're offering today, and we'll walk you through some of those highlights. But my goal also is to talk about the state of travel. It's probably on everybody's mind. I'll share with you some headlines, and I also want to share how we responded. In addition, again, to highlighting 2 great trips for 2022. And we'll leave time for some questions, but you're seeing that collage of photos there. We traveled to all 7 continents, about 160 different itineraries. And again, we're just going to highlight 2 today, and hope you'll join us on one of these. And quick video to share with you, just to give you a little more perspective of Collette, what we do, and what to expect.
Open up your eyes, the sky will tell you what there is to see. Let's wake up in a brand new place, shake up everything we believe. Is it possible it's more beautiful than we dream? Is it possible it was alright here this whole time within our reach? Let me show you the world, come away with me, till you've seen for yourself every mystery.
Their tour managers are excellent, their programs are excellent.
What we liked was having a guide that really knew the country.
Because of the tour manager, the trip was much better than it would have been on my own. He brought a lot of detail and history and information.
It has definitely been a trip of a lifetime.
Far more than we expected.
Show you the world, come away with me, till you've seen for yourself every mystery. We'll learn every secret and turn every stone, till there's no place we've been to that we can't call home. Let me show you the world, come away with me.
Absolutely. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. We have been showing folks the world for more than a century. Actually, we're the world's oldest travel company, coming up on 104 years in business. We're also American based, right here in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Also family run and operated. So love to share that with everybody. Of course, as John mentioned, any trip that you travel with Collette, you're going to get a discount anywhere from $50 to $100. And depending on the itinerary, depending on the time that you're going to be departing, you could save up to $500 off per person. Again, we have 160 itineraries on all 7 continents. So again, just going to talk about 2 of those today. And as I mentioned, we'll talk about the differences, what to expect with Collette. Some of you who may have never traveled with Collette, maybe you've seen us on Wheel of Fortune. A lot of folks tell me that's where they've seen us. We've been a great partner of Wheel of Fortune for 25 years. We have Pat and Vanna on location with us every fall, and then the commercials run between January and April. So next time you're watching a wheel, pay attention to Collette. You probably will see a trip giveaway. Before I get started on highlighting the itineraries, again, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how we responded during the crisis. Also talk about the state of travel, give you an idea of what is going on right now. But I think we all have our own pandemic story. I know I do, and we've lived it now for 18 months. As a company, we have a story of our own as well, somewhat unique. one that we're proud of. And I'd like to take a minute and have Jacqueline Labocote, our president, talk a little bit about our pandemic story.
As the vaccine rollout continues and the return of travel is on the horizon, we want to take a moment to reflect on the last year. One question that so many have asked me throughout this experience is, how did Collette get through this? The tourism and hospitality industry was devastated by COVID-19. How did you get through this? And the answer simply is, we did what we always do. We did the right thing. We put our customers first. And that was how we got through this, even though that was not easy in these unprecedented circumstances. We entered into 2020 on track to have the best year in our company's history, and then suddenly, that spirit of excitement was extinguished and we were in the pandemic and the world was in lockdown. And honestly, it was utter chaos in the beginning. This was a crisis we crashed into from the highest possible place. We had to cancel the majority of our tours and make some incredibly difficult decisions. Many travelers out there were left with no choice but to take a future travel voucher. But we empowered our guests to make the best decision for them, whether it be rebooking for a later date, a future travel voucher, or your money back. And we gave over $135 million back to travelers in refunds, because we firmly believe we have not earned your money until your tour operates. We have done this during other crises, the housing crisis of 08, 9/11, and others. We didn't see this as a decision. This is just what we do, what we have been doing for decades. Our financial stability has allowed us to protect our customers in both good times and in bad. We got through this by staying true to ourselves. We're a family business. Employees, partners, travelers, you're all a part of the family. We work hard to earn your trust, and we will always work hard to keep it. We are coming through this crisis with a strong sense of who we are. We are the company you can trust to always do the right thing and always put you first, no matter what is going on in the world. Today, we see hope on the horizon. With the vaccine rollout underway, the spirit of excitement is returning. Travel is coming back. For now, travelers can enjoy exploring within their own country, and eventually we will all be traveling the world again. And I think we will all appreciate it on a much deeper level. I know that I will. I can't wait to get back out there again and see you on the road.
So absolutely, we can't wait to show you the world. We're going to talk about a couple destinations today, but I wanted to share that video because, again, as a more than century-old American family-owned and operated company, we want you to know that you can trust us, and just want you to see exactly how we handled and responded during the crisis. Again, options to get full money back, including airfare, as well as travel protection premiums. Everything was refunded. So it really gives our guests comfort to know that if the world goes sideways and, hey, if we can't travel again, you have the option to get your money back. Certainly, the world is opening. We actually restarted travel last July in the United States. A lot of national parks and Southern Charm of the South, New Orleans, Memphis, Nashville, Mackinac Island, all great destinations right here in America. And we did restart international travel not long after. This April was the restart with international. But that gives folks a lot of confidence. The vaccine campaign, as Jacqueline mentioned, also drives a lot of confidence. We're headed towards 60% of the population vaccinated. Many parts of the world are even ahead of that. And a lot of the docs believe that we're nearing herd immunity. You're seeing cases drop by 30% over the past 2 weeks. Most of Europe and other parts of the world are a little ahead of us, maybe 4 to 5 weeks ahead of us. So they saw cases dropping even sooner than we saw the cases going down here because of the Delta variant. But again, all these things are driving confidence. What really was the genesis for us to restart international travel in April was this statement by the CDC that many of you might have seen it back in April, that said if you're fully vaccinated and you want to travel internationally, you have a very low risk of getting sick. And that has been so true. And we've had thousands of guests travel internationally with us since last April, or this past April. September, October was widely exciting for us because we had so many people travel again in September, October, which is normally our busy time, and it certainly was this year. I'd like you to see that first trip that we had depart for Costa Rica, so you can see exactly what that looks like. You probably have questions on, do I need to wear a mask, or what does it look like in the destination? So I want to share with you a quick video. This is Costa Rica that happened this April. Our first international tour in 13 months.
I really thought the day would never come. It's so liberating to finally be able to travel, plus in a place like Costa Rica. I just had to do this before any more time passed.
I was amazed at how diverse this country is. We went to the beach, the cloud forest, we watched dolphins swimming in the ocean. It's just amazing.
What better way to spend my 80th birthday? Pura vida!
That was awesome. I'm embarrassed because I'm tearing up.
This is the first time that I've been out of the country, and it was a fabulous trip of a lifetime for me.
We're blessed to be able to get out and go again. We've been traveling with Collette for 16 years, and it's just been an awesome experience. You can't put off tomorrow because you don't know that tomorrow's going to come. So I'm just very grateful to be out here.
It was beyond my expectations. This has been a trip of a lifetime, but at the same time, it's really put the travel bug in me, and I can't wait to go out and do it again. And I really want to do this so much more and learn all about these different countries and cultures and the people, and Collette really is the best.
This was a trip of a lifetime because it was a celebration of our 50th wedding anniversary. Costa Rica is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been.
The feeling I get traveling each time is just exhilaration, it's excitement. Go for it. It's safe to travel. Get up and go do it.
So those tuning in to learn more about Costa Rica, you got a nice snapshot right there, and it's a great destination. We're so excited to be able to operate that beginning in April. That's when we started Central America. Most of Europe came on board in May, beginning with Iceland. The rest of Europe and the EU countries started in June, and now we've got more and more destinations opening up. Some of the things that we have in place just to mitigate and keep folks safe and healthy. Of course, you've got mask mandates that are still happening right now indoors, whisper headsets so you don't have to be close to one another. You can hear what the guide is saying. Somewhat organically smaller groups, although we're up to full capacity in the United States, most parts of Europe as well. But I think we're living in a cleaner world. Electrostatic cleaning, the HEPA air filtration systems on the planes, same systems that you'll find in operating rooms for surgery, but they get the harmful air out, recirculate it after it's clean. So again, definitely a cleaner world. We did survey all of our guests. Everyone who's traveled with us during this time, 100% felt safe and comfortable. 92% gave us an excellent overall rating, and we're really excited about that. That's even higher than pre-COVID. So again, sharing just a few headlines that you may have seen if you're in the travel industry, for sure. If you're not, maybe you're not aware. But back in July is when the UK opened up its borders to vaccinated Americans, so we have been operating in the UK since July, early August. Also, you saw Canada that opened the borders to the United States shortly thereafter, and now we've been operating in Canada since August. And if you caught it maybe a few weeks back, the administration announced that they're going to be opening up our borders to international travelers coming from the EU and UK. So all of these are great signs pointing in a direction of more confidence, more safety. People can really feel free to get back to normal and travel the world as we did before. So it's great to see that our borders are opening up in November. Again, we have a requirement of just the vaccine card. So that's all you need for right now. And hopefully as we see cases dwindle and herd immunity begin and cases are not in the news anymore, that may even go away. I want to share with you just, again, some of the itineraries that we are operating. So again, a lot of people might not realize that we're fully operational in the United States, Canada, as well as Europe. 120 of our 160 itineraries we are operating right now. So very exciting. Pretty much all of Europe has been opened up. If you want to learn more, you can go to our website and see those itineraries that are operating. Central America, parts of Africa. We're excited that the world is opened again. And again, what sets us apart is really trust. I think experience, more than a century of experience, and also the last 18 months operating during a pandemic. Crazy us, we decided to start the company in 1918, this time of the first pandemic. So we feel like we've been through a thing or two, and we know a thing or two now. But a lot of experience and trust that if the world goes sideways and if we can't travel, no worries. If you choose, you can get your money back. We're going to talk about two great destinations today. Our tropical Costa Rica that's leaving March 23rd, and also our Greek island hopper, and that leaves May 21st. Two great itineraries, Costa Rica and Greece. Keep in mind, as John mentioned, we have 160 itineraries all over the world, all 7 continents, depending on what you want to see, how you want to see it, from river cruising to faith to small group explorations. Our classic itineraries, we're going to talk about 2 of them today with Costa Rica and Greece, and our spotlights, which are more city highlights. If you're on the webinar today and maybe you haven't taken a guided tour before, there's just so much, so many benefits with guided travel. We'll share a few with you first. Accommodations, we always choose our hotels for the location and the ambiance. We handle your baggage from hotel to hotel, so you don't have to worry about that and getting them up to your room and back. All of our itineraries are handled by somewhat of a personal concierge, a tour manager that's with you from start to finish, from the time you clear customs to the time they put you back on the plane to come home. Expert local guides. We even weave in some cultural experiences. It might be a cooking class, lots of food. You meet the people, you learn about the destination through the people and food. So all the sightseeing, all the must-sees, all the entrance fees are included. You don't have to worry about planning. Leave the planning to us. And by the way, your trip actually starts right from your home as long as you live within 50 miles of one of the major US gateways across the country, and you purchase an air-inclusive package with us. We'll pick you up at your home and take you to and from the airport. So it's a wonderful benefit. Again, as I mentioned, all the must-sees. Sydney Opera House, you see it by several different angles. The Tower Bridge. Great sites throughout the world. Great hotel properties, including the Fairmont properties in the Canadian Rockies that are iconic. Castles in Europe. Somewhat igloos in Finland. It's a very unique. Less hotel hopping. Matter of fact, you're going to see that in itself in Greece. 3 3-night stays. So we want you to unpack, unwind, and really experience the destination. As I mentioned, most of the meals are included, 60% of the dinners, breakfast daily. You'll even have culinary experiences like maybe a cooking class, a home hosted meal. If you're in places of the world like Australia and New Zealand. Food is so important to learning about the culture, and we like to share that with you. By the way, if you like wine, wine flows pretty freely in our Europe itineraries, sometimes freer than water. You're also going to experience choice on tour. So these are included experiences, but you decide which way you want to go. So whether it's on the left-hand side, you see the walk over the glacier in the Canadian Rockies. It's 1,000 feet above the glacier. If you choose to see the glacier that way, that's your choice. It's included. Or maybe you want to ride out on a snow coach with the wheels that are 6 feet tall and ride on the 1,000-foot glacier. Either way, it's your choice, and we want you to have that ability to decide. Again, as John mentioned, if you're interested in these two trips, don't hesitate to give them a call. There's special savings, not only on the special air with Costa Rica, but also Greece, air-inclusive packages, saving up to $200, either by email or give John and his team a call. Don't miss out. Costa Rica is coming up March 23rd. It's 9 days. Again, most of the meals are included. That is a great shot of Arenal. It was an active volcano till about 2010. The first couple times I was there, it was actually erupting. No worries now. It's safe, it's dormant, but it still provides a beautiful thermal spa area all around the volcano and wildlife like you're not going to believe. It's just natural wonders, lush forest, stunning waterfalls. It's a paradise, and it's something for everybody. So we're going to show you a map so you can get an idea of the routing of the itinerary. We start off with flight into San Jose. That's where we'll fly in and out of. 2 nights there. We'll have the DoubleTree on the first night and the last night. In between, we're going to take you first out west and head toward the beautiful Pacific Ocean side of the country, and we'll stay in Guanacaste. This is the Arenal side of it, where you just relax, rest, sit on the beach if you'd like. We've got some stunning photos, but 2 nights there, then it's over to Monteverde. We can't imagine taking you to Costa Rica and not having experienced the cloud forest. So you'll have 2 nights there. Then 2 nights in Arenal. This is the volcano area. This also gets us into a little up close and personal with the nature. So we'll have a beautiful river cruise on the Cano Negro River. It's amazing. And then we'll fly home again from San Jose with the last night in San Jose. Some know before you go information, great weather. Get out of the coldness. If you're in the Midwest where I live, we get lots of snow. I live in Cleveland, so we're in the snow belt. We get a little bit of snow here. Time difference is not great. The Colon is the currency. We have a guide from start to finish. Again, just ask that you have passport that's valid for 6 months from the time you depart. And again, keep in mind, just the vaccine card is all you need for proof. Also, very, very special airfare with this itinerary. It's $299 from most U.S. gateways. Easy to get to Costa Rica. Again, there's not a big time difference, but there's many flights that go through either Atlanta, Miami, or Houston. We'll handle the airfare for you, all-inclusive packages. And again, that comes right along with our door-to-door transportation as well. Just 3 highlights, 3 things that you're really going to love about this itinerary is seeing the nature up close and personal on the riverboat cruise along the Cano Negro River. You saw the video clip earlier, and you saw the zip lining, the gal that was turning 80 on that day. You can choose that, the zip lining. You can do the bridge walks right there in the middle. Again, you have 2 nights in wonderful Monteverde, one of the only cloud forests in the world. And again, you have Guanacaste too. So whether it's nature, whether it's beaches and resorts, wildlife, Got something for everybody. One more video to give you some more footage of Costa Rica. Hear a little bit from our guide, Ricardo.
Tropical Costa Rica is a unique program because it takes place at what is quite possibly the most biodiverse country on earth. My name is Ricardo Howell. I'm a tour manager with Collette, and I've been guiding for 25 years. Guests arrive the first day and they get to relax at our hotel.
The next morning, we had a beautiful ride up to a coffee plantation where we had a tour and learned all about the coffee, which was quite fascinating. We had a free day, which was terrific. Lots of people just relaxed or took a walk on the beach.
Tamarindo is a beautiful location to enjoy a gorgeous sunset.
The next day, we took a ride to a town called Monteverde in the mountains.
Our guests have a choice on tour and pick between an included zipline adventure or a stroll through the hanging bridges of the cloud forest.
The most exhilarating part of the tour was the zip lining under the canopy.
We were way up high above the tree canopy, zipping between platforms, and we got to see the valley and the mountain.
I had no idea the variety that is available here that we're getting to see.
Far more than we expected.
Tropical Costa Rica is a wonderful opportunity to have a taste of what Costa Rica has to offer. It has adventure, it has boat trips, it has a great exposure to natural sceneries or seeing animals in the wilderness. I lead tours in such a unique destination that I love sharing that with our guests. It's about being able to deliver an opportunity for guests to have a lifetime experience.
Costa Rica is wonderful. Again, there's something for everybody, from the coffee plantation, meeting the owners, learning about coffee from the bean to the cup, to Costa and the beautiful beaches, sunrises and sunsets, the beachfront resort. Maybe just relax by the pool if you'd like. No worries. Take in the sun, get out of the Midwest or the East when there's snow on the ground. And again, 2 nights in Monteverde. This is where you're going to see wildlife that like you would not believe. Trees grow to 100 feet. It's declared to be one of the 7 natural wonders of Costa Rica. It's just unbelievable cloud forest. Might even be able to see the notorious quetzal. The quetzal bird is very hard to spot, but Monteverde is home to the world's largest population of these birds. Beautiful jewel-toned plumage. Keep your eyes peeled. Again, you have option to be atop on the canopies, so you can get a bird's eye view, whether it's the hanging bridges or the zip lining. It's your choice which way you'd like to see it. And again, Arenal Volcano and the Thermal Spa Resort area. This is a shot of our resort there, the Paradise Hotel. We'll have 2 nights here. Again, this is where you saw Ricardo in the video in the cooking class. He does a demonstration using local ingredients and certainly interactive. Maybe take in spa while you're here. Complete relaxation. It's a wonderful experience. And again, wildlife like you're not going to believe. The video that Ricardo was showed the Jesus Christ lizard. You'll see him. You'll see the sloths, both 2- and 3-toed. You'll see the howler monkeys, caimans, turtles. Keep your eyes peeled, bring your binoculars, and of course your cameras. It's wonderful. We have a total price with the air from most US gateways at $21.48. It's unbelievable for 9 days, including air and tax. Great special rate. If you want to go and just have a land only package, no worries. That price is $18.49. Both of those rates that you see there, air inclusive or land only, include the member benefit, the $50 discount. It is first come, first serve, so we only have about 20 seats available. So if you want to go on this date, please let us know as soon as possible. Hold your seat with just $600. And that is 100% refundable up until October 30th. Again, we're going to be leaving on March 23rd. Final payment is not going to be due until 60 days before departure. Price includes round trip air and tax. You will also, you can go to the MOAA Vacations website and see the trip webpage to learn more. You'll see the full itinerary, all the details, even the know before you go information. We only have a few optional experiences on our itineraries that you would pay extra for. They tend to be a little bit more adventuresome. So again, that's totally up to you, but do go to MOAA Vacations website to learn more about these itineraries. And again, questions or when you're ready to make your reservation, take advantage of that special airfare, give John and his team a call. Again, we're going to have questions and answers at the very end, so maybe take a peek at the chat button down right in the middle of your screen. If you have questions, you want to type those in the chat, and we'll open it up and answer those questions at the very end. We're going to move on to Greece, the Greece Island Hopper. It's 11 days, most of your meals again, all your breakfast, 60% of your dinners, May 21st through the 31st. Amazing. We're going to be walking through the footsteps of history, age-old legends, monuments, intertwined with warm sunshine, island-style living. Again, 3 nights Athens, 3 nights Mykonos, 3 nights Santorini. It's unbelievable. Embrace the country at its best. 3 reasons why we chose the itinerary to design it this way. Athens, just endless history. And we're going to see the ancient roots, explore sites like the towering Temple of Zeus, the Olympic Stadium, of course, legendary Acropolis, Parthenon as well. We'll also enjoy living on the islands 3 nights on Mykonos. Able to sip a cup of coffee on a waterfront promenade. Whitewashed buildings are abundant throughout Mykonos and Santorini. Santorini, by the way, that's on the right-hand side of the slide you're seeing there. It's almost like an Eden-like island. Blue domed rooftops, gentle ocean waves, bright white buildings and rocky hillsides. There are wineries that are built right into the wall of the mountain. It's unbelievable, spectacular. Most cruises go to these areas and you spend maybe half a day. Here we have 3 nights in each of these areas. Again, we always are going to list our hotels. It's a selling feature for us. So you're going to see our stays at the Wyndham Grand the first 2 nights and the last night, while in Mykonos 3 nights and 3 nights Santorini. Again, some know before you goes, 70s and 80s during this time in May. Credit cards are the best, 6 hours ahead, Eastern Standard Time. Whisper headsets again, and we're going to actually travel from Athens to Mykonos by high-speed ferry, and then we'll fly back from Santorini to Athens. But high-speed ferry in between the islands. Again, a guide going to be with you from start to finish, every step of the way. Direct flights out of New York City, and we did show the price with air inclusive from New York City. Price is going to be the same for most East Coast gateways. We'll discover magnificent ruins of ancient Greece, bask in the brilliance of the Mediterranean. Just a gorgeous setting for 11 days and a quick video. Incredible landscape, incredible photos. There you see a shot of the Acropolis. We'll begin in Athens. Has a long history that dates back to the first settlements in a Neolithic age. Arguably some of the deepest history in the world. Some of the most famous monuments on the Acropolis that dates back to the Athens Golden Age, and we'll see it all. We have a guided tour of this area. Matter of fact, the first night we'll have our welcome dinner down at the Plaka, the oldest section of Athens, and it'll be a wonderful evening for entertainment, great food, right down at the Plaka. By the way, local cuisine, of course, the tavernas are fantastic. They're traditional, fresh food, farm to table, great entertainment. And I mentioned that the wine flows freer than the water. This will be one night where that is for sure true. We'll see the Temple of Zeus. We'll have a guided tour. We'll see all the highlights, showcasing the city's ancient and glorious monuments, Royal Palace, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, Olympic Stadium, all the largest temples built in the ancient times. We'll have a comprehensive tour on the Acropolis, built in the 5th century BC, one of the most famous and ancient archaeological sites in the world. You don't want to miss it. It's unbelievable. Again, we'll have a guide that will walk us through this area. It's a walking tour, so bring shoes that are comfortable. A little bit of uneven terrain, so keep in mind good shoes. We'll be at a slow pace. As I mentioned, we're going to venture between the islands from Athens to Mykonos. We'll get on board our transfer in the morning. It's a high-speed ferry ride to Mykonos. It's a beautiful whitewashed jewel of the Cyclades Islands. It's unbelievable. Ride's about 2 hours. All too soon, we're going to be coming into Mykonos, one of my favorite islands. Offers limitless opportunities to kick back and enjoy the island lifestyle. Gorgeous, gorgeous setting. I happened to be there just before COVID, and it was wonderful. Enjoy a relaxing day. Maybe you're able to venture into town. Of course, our hotels are all city center. Museums, the windmills, renowned whitewashed. They're actually a staple of almost all the islands in Greece. These little alleyways that you can meander through, it's almost like a maze of narrow streets that link the whitewashed buildings, and traditional life continues amidst the bustling activity. This is almost like Little Venice. It's a gorgeous setting, little shops and restaurants all along the way. Very trendy shopping scene, restaurants scattered along the streets. We'll then take the ferry, make our way the next day to what I think is the most spectacular destination in the Mediterranean, the fabled island of Santorini. It came to be after a massive volcano erupted that destroyed the earliest settlements on what was originally a single island located in the southern Aegean Sea, and now it's really known for its wineries, breweries, amazing dining. This is the stop on the itinerary of most cruises, where people just are dying to spend more time. No worries. This itinerary actually includes 3 nights staying on Santorini. We'll also see some ancient excavation site at the Akrotiri, most important prehistoric settlement found anywhere in the Eastern Mediterranean. It's almost like the Minoan Pompeii. It was a flourishing town. It was once destroyed and preserved by a volcanic eruption back in 1450 BC. So we'll walk through that site to get a little history of the area. We'll travel through the fascinating landscape of vineyards, whitewashed chapels, volcanic cliffs, on our way to the spectacular town right here on Santorini called Ia. It's unbelievable, breathtaking, best views, and it's just a lovely traditional hilltop village that reveals the history of the island. Matter of fact, again, I mentioned wine. Hopefully you enjoy wine. Our next stop is going to be at a local winery that produces unique and famous wines of Santorini. Many of the wineries are built right into the cliffs. It's just spectacular. And the villages seem to hang right on the cliff sides. This is a probably one of the most photographed areas of Santorini. Beautiful landscape, little shops and restaurants that are scattered throughout the winding streets. There's another shot. You can see how the villages hang right on the cliffs. It's just gorgeous. Storybook setting. The charming town center is known as Thira. Take in the breathtaking scenery here, visit a local museum. Again, it's your choice to spend the time how you wish. Our guide is with you every step of the way, almost like a personal concierge. Again, 3 nights. You'll have to bid farewell with the sunset as we head back to Athens. Again, we'll fly from Santorini to Athens. This is included in the price. Again, it is an inclusive airfare package. We'll take in our final night in Athens, celebrate the end of a memorable trip to Greece with a farewell dinner, fly home the next day. And just like the Costa Rica trip, $600 check will hold your seat, or pay by credit card, of course. 100% refundable up until November 22nd. And again, we included the airfare and tax from New York City, $46.49. That includes everything that you see there, including the door-to-door transportation, as long as it's air inclusive. If you're interested in just land only, $29.49, and both rates that you see include the MOAA member benefit. Again, May 21st through the 31st, 11 days. Final payment 60 days before departure. Very inclusive rates. If you need airfare from another gateway, no worries. We can certainly do that. We handle more than 90 airport gateways across the country. And again, I urge you to go to the MOAA Vacations website. You'll see the group webpage there for Greece. You'll see the full itinerary, all the know before you go information. All the details will be right there. By the way, if you are a past traveler with Collette, we thank you, number one. Thank you for your trust and support. But you'll also receive a $150 credit if you travel every year with Collette. Every 2 years, you save $100, and there's nothing you have to sign up for. We do this automatically. It's just part of our loyalty program called the Passport Club. I want to wrap up our presentation today and share with you one last video. This is a video that actually was a commercial. We also are a partner with the cable news networks, and this was a commercial that aired right before COVID. And I think I pulled this out because it's really relevant for what's going on right now. Hope you enjoy.
How many times have you told yourself, someday you'll travel to that special place? Stop waiting for the perfect time and make this time perfect. This is your trip of a lifetime. Your someday is here.
Yes, for many of us, someday was in 2021 as we waited for a long time to be able to travel and have borders open. For many, 2022 will be your someday, and we'd love to show you Costa Rica or Greece or any of the destinations with our friends and partners at MOAA Vacations. John, I'm going to turn it back over to you, And again, just to mention, you have savings on everything that you do with Collette and MOAA Vacations. Special savings on these 2 itineraries.
Thanks, Jim. Fantastic job. Real quick, I know we had some people come in during the presentation. We are going to email everyone a copy of the presentation. So if you came in late, or if there's something that you want to share with friends or review again yourself, it'll take a little bit of while for us to actually download it, and then we actually upload it to YouTube, and we'll send everybody a link to that YouTube page. So we will send everyone a copy of the presentation. We're going to start the Q&A in just a couple minutes. Feel free to go ahead and drop those in the chat, as Jim said. I did want to give everybody kind of, I guess, a little sneak peek, for lack of a better word. I hope everyone by now is familiar with our signature groups. Those are the standard MOAA groups, but they're kind of, as I always like to refer to them, as groups on steroids. They are custom designed itineraries. They are escorted, and a lot of them are exclusive departures. And so, in fact, in July of this year, we just had the first post-pandemic, I guess, signature group go. It was a Mississippi River cruise from Memphis to New Orleans. Far and away, the signature groups are the highest rated and the most popular trips that we do. We only do a couple of a year. Anyway, the reason I even bring it up is we're not actually going to officially announce it till next year, but in 2023, September of 2023 to be specific, we are actually going to do a signature tour of Iceland with Collette. So we're really happy to be partnering with them on that tour. We've made a couple of tweaks to their standard itinerary, added a couple of features we just know everyone's going to love. So we just kind of throw it out there. And I thought of it when Jim was mentioning the loyalty bonus. So if you were to, say, go on Greece or Costa Rica in 2022 or any Collette tour in 2022, that $150 loyalty bonus would even apply to the signature group. So certainly something to keep in mind. I mentioned this, as I'm sure a lot of you know, the MOAA annual meeting was just last week. It did come up at the MOAA annual meeting. We have started a wait list. We've only got 2 buses. Everyone on those buses will be MOAA members or MOAA guests. You can bring your friends and family on signature groups like any other MOAA trip that you would book. So if you'd like to get on that wait list, just let us know. I think we only have like 90 spots available. So, and that's 90 people, not 90 rooms. So we assume that'll go quick. So without any further ado, we do have a little bit of time left. If you have any questions, drop them in chat, and Jim and I will answer those right now. Of course, you can always call or email MOAA Vacations. I think in just a second we can switch the screen that's got that contact information again, but we have a number of Collette experts here that are more than happy if you drop them an email or call them to answer any specific questions that you might have. So Jim, do we have any questions in the chat?
Yes, sir, we do, John. We had a question come in that was asking how many people would be on the Greece trip. And typically we have about 35 people. Our groups have been a little smaller over the past 18 months. I think just organically or naturally. But we could have 35 people on that trip.
Okay. Hopefully they're asking because they have 34 friends who want to join.
Absolutely. Our classic tours,
go ahead.
Yeah, our classic tours would have the most travelers, roughly between 35 and 40, I should say. Our other itineraries, we have small group itineraries also, and depending on the destination, you'll find different types of groups. Costa Rica, the maximum we can take on our Costa Rica trip is going to be really 36 would be the most. That is a full departure. Motor coaches in Costa Rica are a little smaller because that road that you take the Monteverde is a little different. Some winding turns that you can't use a full-size motor coach in.
Anything else? I know we're almost up in time. One well, not obviously, when we send you today's webinar, and for those people who came in late, Jim and I are going to do another one this Thursday. So 2 in 1 week. What an opportunity. So definitely when we send you this webinar, we'll include that, the invitation to that webinar as well, because we'd love to have you come back. And as we said, feel free to invite anybody else to join. Jim, anything else before we let everybody go?
John, I don't see any other questions that came in, so I think that might be the first and the last. And
there you go. Well, you did an excellent job. I thought you were very thorough. So I always take it as a good sign when there isn't a lot of questions. That means we did our job to answer them all during the presentation. So on behalf of Jim and myself, I'm just going to thank everybody for attending. We are doing a couple of webinars a month. So thanks for joining us today. I hope we see you Thursday and in the future. Jim, I'll give you the last word.
John, I just want to say thanks to all the MOAA members who joined us today, and a special thank you to you and your team. You've been wonderful to work with, and I really appreciate all your support. Thank you.
Have a great week, everyone. See you soon.